Okay, this is just pure entertainment at this point. Mentioned yesterday about not getting the compounds cleared because it was blocked leaf, and you'll see when I spin around just what one VP compound looks like. I'll give 408 this much. Their trucks were parked really pretty. Okay, I've already got most of this done up, and turning radius is a little bit better, but now I got to get over 2.5 feet of windrows with a loader that doesn't have winter tires, so she gets slippy. Steve had a brilliant idea of, hey, let's put it in here and we'll get the blower and blow it into that field that they never use. Sounds like a plan to me. A little bit extra careful today. Had my first dinger yesterday. Got the paperwork in my bag. I'll pick it up later. And I've got the big bucket, so most of my stuff is going to be doing solo or push-pull. That'll probably be on the next compound. I don't really care at this moment what it is. Gotta stay focused on this one. 90% attention. I just had an egg salad sandwich, so I didn't have a chance to eat yet today. But bonus news is I did mention about a month or so ago I'm gonna focus on getting my weight down in fat percentage. Now that I've got a better handle on how my skin is adjusting. Okay. So currently, the past few days, I've been hovering at 162 and probably firmly welded on it until my skin adapts. Not really doing enough to create muscle, but I am doing enough to stay active, even though my walking is reduced because I'm walking in snow, working 8 hours a day in a driver's seat, maybe, but my upper body gets enough workout. So do my shins and my calves from working the pedals, my hands and arms doing their thing on the wheels. Okay. Anyways, I plan to keep that up. I'll settle on dropping into the high 150s if it happens. But I have noticed my neck waddle is starting to disappear. And the little folds people get in their skulls around their glasses gone back to what I traditionally remember it being. In other words, I'm doing okay. Pete Hegseth can't call me a fatty. God, gotta love the 20s. Rage, bait, tribal politics, and the two extremes keep each other fed. Yay. Oh well, I'm enjoying it, just watching it. Nothing's triggered any of my, well, this is gonna blow up, warning signals. And I did mention that January is gonna be another signpost for me to see what's coming. I've got a half decent idea what it's gonna be, but there's a few surprises that I didn't realize were going to be attempted, gone through, whatever. More informative watching people's takes on it. You got the nervous Nellies, you've got the people who love wrestling level plots while overlooking the reality of what's going to happen. As I mentioned to Dave Curtis, there's all kinds of unintended consequences that are going to be happening over the last, 4 to 6 weeks. Ukraine is doing better than okay, which is kind of funny.
I just found out that this thing has heated the seats.
Where's it going? Ukraine is doing better than okay, which is kind of funny because when it first started, I was assured by people who figured they knew better. Oh, they're going to lose 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks, 2 years. I maintain Russia ain't going to win. Ukraine ain't going to lose. I have no idea how it turns out, but I have my suspicions. Cheese curds done. Russia's not going to like the results. Globally, we got to figure our stuff out, especially with how people deal with social media. That'll come anytime soon, though. Movie Idiocracy comes to mind. Let's not dig at Trump. It's more just making a comment on the willful ignorance that needs to go on for a lot of people, both left and right. Frankly, you're not helping stuff. Did mention 90% concentration, but my speaking ability has improved. Not quite up to the level of eloquence, but I am getting better at it. Also noticing brain fog is going still down, despite for the last year. I figured, hey, I can live with this. Yeah, screw live. I'd like to thrive. Still got a lot of stuff to work out. Stopping smoking eventually is in the plans, but till then, I'm actually feeling better for my cardiopulmonary setup than I have in the last few years. That I directly attribute to walking with a purpose. Imagine that. I gotta get some more videos on that because, well, that's what the YouTube group is called, and really it's just me posting my thoughts so that I've got a repository for friends and family. Hey, if you get something out of it, great. It helps you, even better. If not, I don't care, ultimately, because one of the things that got me here is understanding where I'm at. In order to do that, I couldn't be distracted by the non-essential stuff. We're looking for magic bullet cures on how do I sort out what's going on. And I'm not digging at anybody who's in that boat. Trust me, I know. But I've covered a lot of the things in Headspace that stress brings to you. And ultimately, poor headspace and timing is large part stress. You've got biochemical stuff going on in your brain that keeps your higher function levels at the slow mode. You know, in other words, you're not seeing with all your ability to understand what's going on. Quick into the rage fest, which feeds off of what you believe in, and I get those beliefs. I agree to an extent with a number of them, but I don't allow myself to get messed up following it. Oh well. Enough on that topic. Currently for Canada at War series, which hasn't overtaken the Death Worlders, I've got Canadian Army in Holland, which for those that didn't catch any previous posts, Mom's side is Dutch. May she rest in peace. My Oma and Opa, both deceased, lived through it and raised kids through it. And I heard stories about the starvations. And my Opa, who only meal for a day or so, would be tasting the soup that he was making up for his family. That's my background. So, once I shut off this video, I'll put them back in and listen to a story. Till then, I'll keep cleaning messy lines and Hopefully the troops didn't leave drip pans in the middle of a roadway. One of the garage doors actually cleared out enough room for a loader to get in, so I returned the favor and cleared out the rest of it that everybody else up to this point overlooked. And 3VP, I think, should be next tonight. I didn't notice if it was done yet. Blower's going to be coming here, I already mentioned. I'm kind of surprised he's not here yet, but he may be helping out the other crews. They got smaller buckets. And I've got to figure out how I'm going to get these piles so that the other loader with the blower can get in there. And I've got to get rid of more around the building. If I don't do it properly, I'm going to have too much snow that I won't be able to clear the important stuff, which is the area next to the building. Should paint a Russian flag on this. It's going to be funny when all of it comes out. So far, it seems like a nothing burger. Guinan ship that was, I believe, sanctioned already. So there's that. The whole flag bit, I don't really care about. What's Russia going to do? Again, I don't really care about. I don't think they can afford to do too much at this point. The whole thing about Venezuela, though, there has been no regime change, but that little play is not done yet. It could wind up being a forgotten moment in time, because I really don't see U.S. oil companies rushing to go in there for the oil. That's just my perspective from what I follow from my sources. That's what everybody argues, right? You're allowed to have your opinion. Oh well. Enough rambling for now. I got time. Shut this puppy down. Carry on doing what I'm doing. You have a good day.